Good day and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Sport Rep Show. I'm your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa, unpacking the latest sports news in and beyond Namibian borders. And now for your latest on the hit list. Sources in the Namibia Football Association have indicated that the club licensing process has begun in Namibia and will likely delay the start of the upcoming season, among other issues which need to be ironed out. Clubs have already started submitting documents required to be licensed by the Confederation of African Football. Sport Rep, however, understands that the process will not be a quick one due to the challenges many football clubs face in Namibia. Owning a football stadium are among the problematic requirements in the football circles, and clubs need to be licensed. Most football clubs in Namibia do not have such infrastructure in place and may probably use lease agreements to have themselves licensed to play. Sport Rep last week reported that several clubs intend dragging their feet on kicking a ball until they are given audience at the negotiation table. The clubs allegedly feel they are being excluded from matters that has influence on their future, stating that the current NFA leadership is operating without a transparent policy. Senior NFA officials were not prepared to comment on the matter, but they said that they will do that in due course. In other news, the ICC 2024-2026 Cricket World Cup League 2 series resumed yesterday with a one-day international ODI triangular tournament between Namibia, the United Arab Emirates and the USA in Windhoek, while Canada, Nepal and Oman face each other at the same time in Ontario, Canada. Bernard Scholtz, Namibia's 33-year-old slow left arm orthodox spinner, played in his 50th one-day international yesterday following his debut on 27 April 2019 against Oman in Windhoek. The Richelieu Eagles had a rusty start, battling first at the Trustcore United Field, reaching 199 runs for 9 wickets in 50 overs before the USA 200 for 4 in 41.3 beat them by 7 wickets. The early loss of the openers Mitchell van Lingen caught for 5 and JB Kote IBO for 8, while put the host on the back foot, while number 5 Milan Kruger was also prevented from getting a start. Jan Freyling, batting into number 3, produced an excellent knock of 17 runs of 88 deliveries to reach his second highest ODI score after his 73 against Oman in July this year in Dundee, Scotland. Yesterday was his 5th ODI half century, pushing his battling average in the format to 26.22. The Namibian Chess Federation NCF hosted an inaugural chess tournament for inmates at the Windhoek Correctional Facility on Saturday. The 15-minute rabbit chess competition brought together 51 inmates for a day of strategic competition. Brian Jafta claimed victory with 7 points, earning the top prize of 600 Namibian dollars. Close behind was Mabena Mike, who scored 6 points to secure second place and 400 Namibian dollars. Avasep Set, also with 6 points, was edged out on technicalities and took third place with a prize of 300 Namibian dollars. Participants finishing in 4th to 10th place were each awarded 100 Namibian dollars. Paulus Kamati secured 4th place with a 5.5 points, while Phineas Helmut and Cleopas Kabalanga, Marius Hohobbe and Christmas Pohomise, Karel Klassen and Reynold Tilongo secured 5th to 10th positions respectively with 5 points each. The prize money was sponsored by NCF Vice President Emmanuel Shilala's 3-dimension printing CC. Clarissa Chipuva and Glenville Dandu were crowned champions of Round 10 in the 2024 Nedbank for Good Golf Series held at the Windhoek Golf Club last Saturday. The event saw 99 amateur golfers participate, including record 11 women, as the tournament continues to grow in popularity in the women's division. Defending champion Chifufa secured victory with an impressive 41 points, outpacing Natasha Lowe, second with 37, and Jolene van Schuer, third with 36 points. Chifuva praised her fellow competitors and expressed pride in the growing number of female participants. We will now visit the marketplace, and after that, your take is up next as we prepare to speak, that is, to the mayor of Korigas, and pardon me, who will actually be hosting a big tournament that is next week in the town of Korigas, where they will be giving something. We have that interview for you after this.
Today we are going to learn how to bake.
Welcome everyone.
Things may not always go as planned, but our technology doesn't fail. Join Paratus today. Paratus, always prepared.
Yes, a very good morning to you, Your Worship, the Mayor of the Korigas town. Definitely there is a vibe in that town, the big cup that is coming up. But I would just like to hear from Your Worship, what is this cup generally about?
Good morning, Jesse and the team. I'm joined here by Ms. Justin Ibe, the chairperson of the planning committee, which is now running the things that is responsible for communicating on all. The aim of our camp really started with mayoral fund. Let me just take you background, maybe to the give you the how it started. It started with the mayoral fund launching. So we were actually planning to launch the mayoral fund for the social responsibilities for the town, for Maya to create its own fund to maybe assist with the social responsibilities of the town. And then we thought of, instead of just the plan to launch the mayoral fund, why don't you bring in the social event, maybe also to tackle the social cohesion and to bring the sports in. And then when we look at the sports event, we were looking at the sports activities that are more common in our region, in and around Korigas. Now that's where the soccer tournament, the Maya soccer tournament, and the community members together while nurturing the small businesses and fostering the development of the sportsmanship. As you can also see, there are stalls that are advertised that the people that will come sell at the event. So that is now when we them also to make money during the weekend. Also, reasons for those that are not partaking in the sport or the teams. The teams to be a part of that weekend to celebrate.
So, Your Worship, we are speaking of when this tournament will take place.
The tournament will take place during the weekend of the 28th to the 29th of September, which is the next weekend.
Definitely, one of the things that would like to know is that is there a sponsorship towards this event, or is it just money raised in order to host it?
Let me take this one. To seek sponsorship, sponsors such as the Diamond Manufacturers Association of Namibia, Nedbank, and the Office of the Kwame Governor, who have contributed towards making these events a reality.
Wonderful stuff there. What are some of the benefits that it actually brings to the town of Gorigas?
I'll chip in there again. So Gorigas is a quiet town, and having an event such as this one within the town generates some income for local business people. For instance, those who have accommodation facilities available, people will be coming in from all around here, so they can make a bit of money from the visitors that we'll be having. And as said, the style will be attracting local businesses that are small and medium scaled. So these businesses usually they require assistance in order to find an audience, and by providing this platform, give them an audience with spectators coming from various places who will definitely seek their services. Additionally, the benefits are also associated with sports people. So it's a soccer tournament. We have local talents who need that visibility, and this platform avails that visibility for them.
Adding on that about the visibility, we also invited NFA also to come and with sportsmanship that will be happening in this weekend. But we are still waiting on the response from NFA because we also want to come and talent that we have at the local level, and so also post the name of our town, because with this Mayoral Cup as your radio station,
Media house.
Yeah, your media house is also interested in our event. Expose the name of the town, because our town is developing in a very small town because the name is not well known. So with this event, we also manage to expose the name of our town, and then also to also boost the town's economic as well.
All right. Thank you so much. In terms of the security at the stadiums, everything is always set?
Yes, spoken to local NAMPOL officers, and they will be there at the event. So security is sorted. We're just hoping for the best because we've done all the planning in the works, and now we're just waiting for the weekend to arrive so that we can enjoy with the community.
Yeah. The security is very tight indeed. We will also have the prison services that will also be coming with their brass band, and then they will also have their activities. So we have the prison service, and then we have the NAMPOL office, Commissioner Terura with his team. They avail themselves because that means security will be there.
Wonderful stuff there. We're hoping to make our way, that is to the town of Gorigas, in order to witness this tournament. We hope that it is going to be as exciting as I can see it already is. Anything about the prize monies, what the winners take home, or is that logistics still in plan?
So the universal amount is $40,000. This 40,000 Namibian dollars will be allocated as such. Cash prize is to the value of 20,000. And if you will have noted on our advertisement, you will have seen that the first place winner will walk away with 20 gold dollars soccer kits. And the second runner-up will also walk away with a trophy, 20 silver medals, and the third and fourth qualifying teams will also walk away with
Wonderful, wonderful. I think it has been a privilege hearing from the group and the team, the rest responsible for making sure that the town of Gorincas sees some development in terms of sport. We are looking forward to coming down that side if we can probably get an invitation, of course. But all the best of luck and thank you for having me.
Oh, okay. Thank you. In closing remarks, yes, but we're already invited, and if we need to send a written invitation, I will just communicate with the committee members to send a written in for your office for the media house to come and witness the event. And we will really appreciate it if you could make it to the event that weekend. And we thank you for choosing Gorincas Mayoral Cup for this interview. And we thank you. Hope to see you during the weekend.
Much appreciated.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
And now we will have, that is our golden oldies segment. Of course, we have to take you down memory lane when we met one of the legends of the game, Gerus Urikop at Tsumeb, and this is what he had to say at the time. Vetbien as well. But the man himself is here. Gerus, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot.
You are a very hard man to find, hey?
Yeah.
I've been tracking you down all the way down here in Tsumeb. I'm sure many people still want to know, they still ask questions, where is Gerus and all that, but I found him here now, that is in Tsumeb. But before we talk about what is the current happenings in your life right now, we want to talk about the past. You were a very, very formidable player, a dangerous player, with a very, very tough right foot, which was feared by many goalkeepers. I spoke to Marcellus Vetbien the other time and he said, if I could fear any player, it would be Gerus, but we were playing, luckily, I was lucky that we were playing on the same team. So tell us, where did you start your football career, Gerus?
First of all, thanks for the opportunity. I started my football career at Chief Sandos. That was way back 1982. I started training with them for 3 years, and my first match was here in Tsumeb against Tigers Football Club. The likes of Bandike, Gray Umatis, the old people. That time I was only 13 years of age, and I played in someone else's name for that match because they were not taking records. And I was a very young boy. I was not supposed to play there, but I managed to do my tricks.
So you played, you went into the game, and how was it?
It was a very tough game at the beginning, but as the time passed on, I get used to it, and the old people said, leave that boy in the beginning. But after a few minutes, they started, hey, take note of that boy.
So
He will kill us. Then
So,
that match, I scored 3 goals.
you scored 3 goals.
Yeah, on my first attempt.
So what was so special about that game? Were you scoring from the outside of the box, or?
Yeah, it was from far. Bandike Okurubi knows it very well.
So
Yeah.
he saw that this guy's shot at 13 years. They were
Yeah.
probably wondering what's in those legs. So after that, your career, you played for Chief Santos for a number of years. Was there
Yeah,
any other club you played
No,
for?
I started my career at Chief Santos and ended there. And the other team I played for is the Brave Warriors. That's all.
Okay, before we get to the Brave Warriors, in your days as a Chief Santos player, what game will you remember and say this was the best game I've played in my career for Chief Santos, and against which team was it? I know you played many
That
good
wa-
games.
The game that I can recall is the 1991 NFA Cup final against Blue Waters that we played 2 times. On that game, the first final, I scored 2 goals, and the second replay, I scored the only one. And we
So
played 2 times draw and then penalties.
and you were on the score sheet again,
Yeah,
and
both
then
games.
both games. And as a striker, or as a player that used to shoot that much, which goalkeeper do you think during your playing days for Chief Santos was somebody close to handling your power? Maybe a keeper that was actually, because most of the keepers feared you anyways.
Yeah, I do have 3. Number 1 is Sparks Gottlieb, and then Ronnie, and then Denzel Brewer. But Marcellus was my teammate, so I can't say
You
anything
can't
about
say
him,
anything
but
about
he
him.
was the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news first. It is English Premier League that continues weekend to weekend, but now it's exciting Champions League that will start again, the new season, the top competition in Europe, and it's the top teams in Europe that play in that. It's a revamped competition for this year. It is 36 teams that will be playing, and each team will play 8 different opponents, and then after that, the round robin phase, the top 8 teams will go through to the round of 16, and then it's not all gone for the teams from number 9 to 24. They will be in playoffs, and that is for them to join the other top players, that's teams that's already in the top 16. The defending champion is Real Madrid. They won the last one, and they will be at home against Stuttgart. That's their first game. And then also it will be Manchester City that will play against Inter Milan. That is some of the games that will be played on Wednesday and Thursday. It is Manchester City that played the self-same Inter Milan 2 years ago when they won the title. Liverpool, a tough game for them. They away to AC Milan, and then Atalanta, they will host Arsenal. That is UEFA Champions League. On to Formula One racing. The next Formula One race will be this coming weekend, the Singapore Grand Prix. News from the Haas team is that Kevin Magnussen will be back again in the vehicle to race for them, and he was suspended for 1 race, and that was because he exceeded the penalty points limit. And in his absence, it was Oliver Bierman. He's just 19 years old. He's from Britain, that he raced. He's a driver that is on standby for both Haas and Ferrari. So he had a very respectable 10th position in Azerbaijan. His first race in Formula One, he raced for Ferrari also, and they also had a top 10 finish. Going on to tennis news, and it's former number 1 in the women's division, Naomi Osaka. She parted ways with the coach, that is Wim Fissette. It is Osaka that previously won 4 major titles, and she took a break from tennis. That was for the birth of a child in July 2023. And it was Fissette that was a coach in 2020 when she won the US Open, and also in 2021 when she won the Australian Open. To close off today's international sports news, also tennis news, it is a team competition. It is Europe playing against America. That's the men's division. It is the Laver Cup that will be played in Berlin from Friday to Sunday. And it's the best players from the USA and Europe that will be in action. Unfortunately, Rafael Nadal, he had to withdraw from the tournament or from the competition because of injury, but still a strong lineup for Europe. There is Carlos Alcaraz and also Daniel Medvedev. And then on the American side, it will be players like Taylor Fritz and also Francis Tiafoe that will be the backbone for the American team. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.